How you doing, Jake?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, you're staring off. What are you staring off at? You all right?
It just feels like we're on top of the world out there right now. Yeah.
Little strange.
Yeah, it's just a cool weather pattern today. Yeah. Anyway, you guys didn't come here to hear about the weather. You came to hear about the guns, you know?
The guns, and specifically the Wilson Combat, which, I think Wilson, has a pretty good track record. So
damn good track record.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about this. We got the SFT9. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're going to hold that because that's your one job right now. But before we do that, we got to talk about our boys, Peace of Mind Guns.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Great local shop here that sponsors the channel, and they have all things Gucci and all things gun you could imagine.
Yes, they do.
From your LMTs to your Noveskis to your high-end suppressors like CGS. Mm-hmm. Hate to keep plugging them. Selfishly, I also work for them. So
yes, you do.
Right? There's a little...
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Keep your job. Keep your job.
Yeah. See ya. Thanks, guys. But anyways, good local shop here. They got a new code for the new year, January specifically.
Yeah,
it is New Year 1911. Right?
That's 5% off the whole damn store.
Yep.
Kids.
All lowercase, no spaces. New Year 1911.
I'm telling you, sorry, we'll move on from it, but I'm just telling you, having some of the stuff they have in stock
is impressive.
And offering a break on the back end of that
impressive.
Is like,
yeah.
Just not telling you how to spend your money, but I'm just saying.
Spend it there.
Yeah, I would.
Other than that, we'll just jump right into this. Right?
Okay.
Before anything, we're going to jump into our relationship with Wilson. We were planning out some content, and you're like, you know what? Let's reach out to Wilson. It's been a minute since we've had a Wilson product on the channel.
Yes.
And I believe the last one was your Protector, correct?
I think, which is probably 2 years, maybe
you think
more.
Year to two, somewhere around there?
I think it's about 2 years ago, yeah.
Okay, cool. Which, Wilson is known for making quality firearms. They've been known for making quality firearms for almost as long as I've been alive, I believe. I mean, they've been around for a minute.
Yeah,
right?
there's some pretty, that's a pretty OG name in the 1911 world.
Yeah. And credible with good reliability, good track record.
Very.
A brand that you're pretty comfortable spending your money on if you're in the market for one of their products.
And I should say I have.
Yeah.
Because I own a Wilson 1911, the one that we reviewed. I wound up buying after the fact, and it's like, so hey, I have put my money where my mouth is, and I have spent personal funds on a Wilson Combat gun.
Yeah, so we reached out to them, and they said, hey, you know what? We got a new gun coming out, SFT9. We would love to send you guys one to review. And our contact over there, who, I just got to do a sidebar, has been phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
I sent a bunch of questions over. This individual I figured it'd take, most companies it's a week, a couple days, 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Jake, I'm talking 3 hours.
Yeah. Good on them.
And they were organized, and then the answers were highlighted in red. God. Now, again, this doesn't seem like a big deal, but it's the little details that really do it for me.
Yeah.
On top of sending this, they also sent 400 rounds of subsonic ammo, as well as their line of self-defense ammo. Yeah. A couple boxes each, which I was supposed to bring you some, and I lost it, so you're not getting any.
Well, go to hell then.
But that's our relationship with Wilson. So if you feel that skews this review, then that's on you. But we're not paid to do this. They did send the gun.
No, we're gonna give you an honest review.
Still give you an honest review. So the name can be a little confusing. And when I went to the range to shoot this, the local one, people were like STXF, EDCX9, because they have some acronyms for their pistols, and there's some
EDC9,
yeah. It can get a little confusing.
Sure.
But the STF9. Do you know what that stands for? Do you want to give a shot in the dark on that?
I think I know what the SF is. Solid frame.
Okay.
T, I don't know.
Okay. No guesses? Come on.
Solid frame type 9.
I thought you'd at least throw tactical out there.
Tactical 9.
Nope, you're wrong. It's TRAK or T-RAK, T-R-A-K.
I wasn't going to get that.
And what that stands for is this gun, and if you guys want to get on the website, they actually have some really cool video of how this is made and some behind the scenes stuff with it.
Yeah.
But the frame is one solid chunk of T6 7075 aluminum, which is my favorite aluminum. I don't know
about it all the time. At dinner parties.
Yeah.
I bring it up.
Yeah, we're the best guests at dinner parties because we talk about stuff like this.
Yeah.
But basically, this is a double stack 1911.
Yep.
Okay. Not a 2011. Again, we've gotten into this before, trademarked, yada, yada, yada. But also because it's not a modular frame.
I was going to say, this specifically is definitely not.
Exactly. And that's the point I'm trying to highlight. Because this is not a modular frame, it for sure is not a 2011.
Yeah.
It's a double stack 1911
Yeah.
because the frame itself is one solid chunk of aluminum. And so
Cool.
what they do is they take the frame, they machine it, and then they hand fit the slide to that.
Very cool.
So, but this frame, and they have some really cool pictures of it in the raw form, the raw metal, and it's cool looking. And the idea behind this frame is a frame with good enough texture to get a good solid grip on the gun, but not so aggressive that it's uncomfortable for concealed carry.
I 100% agree with that sentiment. Yeah.
Take your gloves off and do it, because people in the video are going to be like, he's doing it with his gloves on.
I shot it without gloves earlier.
Okay. But just so people can get an idea.
Yeah, to me, it's like, look, your hand's not going anywhere. You're locked in, but I agree. I actually quite like the grip, to be honest.
So one thing that they tout about this, and one of the kind of catchphrases on the page about this specific firearm, and I have to read it, is durable, dependable, concealable, and ready for rock solid reliability.
Okay.
That's like the catchphrase for the STF9.
Okay.
Which I will, at this point in the review process, I probably have... I mean, you commented multiple times at how dirty that gun is. I've been shooting that gun.
Yeah, I came out today and I was like, bro, like, you definitely brought a dirty gun to the party
What's
today.
your guess, just by the dirtiness?
I mean, I would say it certainly hadn't been cleaned in a few hundred rounds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't cleaned it once. I've just added oil. And I'm at probably 600 to 700 rounds.
Yeah, which is enough to know. You know, not to know how it does over 10,000 rounds, but it's like, hey, we have lives too.
Yeah.
We got to bring you 2 videos a week. I ain't gonna get 10,000 rounds for every video, you know?
At first, I thought you said we have wives too. And I was like, dude, you're married?
Yeah, well.
Didn't even know about it.
Maybe one day, but no. Can I highlight one other thing on the grip
please,
that I like, if we're on the grip? I think it is in the spirit of, we want you to be able to carry it without ripping up your belly fur,
sure, but
have enough grip on it. So the sides of the grip are relatively chill on the texture. And then on the back strap and then this front strap, way more aggressive. Obviously this is not what's actually hitting the old belly, right? So that locks in that hand, but this, not tearing nothing up.
And it's a great, I mean, that's literally the next line. You literally read word for word my next line. So the texture on the north and south, or the 12 and 6, is slightly different than on the 3 and the 9.
Yeah, big time.
And the reason why is in your grip, that's going to get a lot of purchase on the gun.
Yeah.
But also, like you said, on the belly, not going to be abrasive.
Yeah.
Okay. So dang, it's like Jake did this review.
It's almost like I know something about 1911s.
Well, and yeah, funny, right? We got a great upper slide with some great slide serrations. You have a couple different options with sights for this. So this is the fiber optic front, red, blacked out rear. You can get a gold bead front sight, and as a customizable option, you can get this cut for a dot.
Yeah, which I would do, but that's just me.
Yeah, you can also, if you notice, this model right here comes with a single-sided safety.
Yes.
Which for guys like you...
Yeah, I would have to get an ambi.
Well, Wilson and myself included just don't care.
No.
So figure it out, Jake.
I will.
But if you would like that, you can order a ambi safety. So
lovely.
Okay. So
lovely.
And we're gonna revisit some of these topics because I did this review slightly different than other ones. We're gonna go through the questions I submitted to them, and I'm gonna read them.
Okay.
Just because, again, the individual there, I just cannot say enough good things about. Just phenomenal individual that helped us out there. Hope to meet you in person, shake your hand, say thank you face to face. So barrel length 4 1/4. So what is that?
Commander.
Good job. Overall length is 7.85 inches. Sight radius. What would you guess that sight radius is?
5.5.
Whew, you're close. 5.95.
I was within 0.45 of an inch.
Good job. This gun, and they have this on their website, which is why I put it on here, because I actually appreciate this data. 29.8 ounces empty, 36.5 ounces loaded, with the caveat, ammo will change that.
I was going to say the grain weight, yes.
I know. And they say that, like, hey, this is with, you know, just let you know, this is going to change depending on the grain weight.
So this is very carry driven, is the impression I get.
You nailed it, Jake. 15 round mag capacity. It comes in your standard Wilson bag with 2 mags. They sent a bottle of their lube in there, which is very nice. I appreciate it. And they also have an accuracy guarantee to 1.5 inches at 25 yards. This is directly from their website.
Okay.
Okay. A couple questions I had on here for you is you would probably ask about the safety. We already covered that.
Yeah.
It has the concealment bulletproof hammer, the bulletproof thumb safety, bulletproof magazine release. Okay. The top serrations are 30 LPI.
Lines per inch.
The rear slide serrations are 40 LPI.
Okay.
Okay. Previous video we filmed to this, we talked about serrations and why we bring it up. And I was chuckling to myself because I knew I was going to talk about LPIs and slide serrations. So I want to get into the questions that I submitted to them, their answers, and then we're going to do some final thoughts.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing else.
That thing had a door at one point. What the fuck do you think that is?
Jesus.
Oh.
Guys, we'll be back to the Wilson momentarily. If you're looking for ways to support the channel, Patreon's a great way that you can do that. We're really getting some fuel behind that freaking fire right now.
One of the best things that I'm excited about is we're going to start releasing some information of training classes that we're going to host.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that will be exclusively for Patreon. We're not going to be the trainers because we can't teach you any, well, we could probably teach a lot of you a lot of things, but not our place to train.
About life.
Yeah. We are going to have individuals like Mike Pannone.
Yeah, so Mike is actually slated to do the first class.
Yeah.
This will be in April. Again, only open to Patreon supporters. Yeah. So, hey, if that's of interest to you, we have that. We also have a bunch of giveaways that we do on Patreon, like Zippos and patches and gear giveaways and all kinds of stuff, behind-the-scenes content, Q&As, all kinds of stuff. There's a bunch of different tiers that you can get involved with. Beyond that, this website's got merch. You can go to 1911syndicate.com, learn about what we do. Kind of the day gig that largely keeps the lights on around here is selling real estate. So if you guys need real estate help, again, go to the website. It's linked below. There'll be more info there. And let's talk about this damn gun some more.
Cool. So I submitted a list of questions to Wilson, as I mentioned previous in the video. And again, 3 hours later, I had them all answered, which I was not expecting. And it is a pleasant surprise. And their customer service is amazing. So my first question, and we kind of collaborated on some of these questions as I was writing the review. With our reviews, we like to give the why behind a lot of things.
Sure.
Right? Not so much the product, but like, why should you care? The why behind development, et cetera, et cetera. So my first question was, what is the why or reason behind this gun? Basically, what is the catalyst for Wilson to spend the time, money, effort, energy to develop this pistol specifically in comparison to the whole lineup of pistols they offer, right? Their answer, this pistol is basically a perfect mesh between the original Experior and the new SFX9 line. Okay. The SFT9 models have the same rugged one-piece construction as the SFX9 that is comfortable and highly concealable. However, the STF9 has the standard 1911 slide, whereas the X9 and SFX9 feature the tri-top slide with external extractor. Okay. So there you go for that. What role does it play? And was there a role or niche that you guys were specifically trying to fill?
Yeah.
We feel this model is a well-rounded double stack option of the X9, SFX9, Experior, and STF9 series. Okay. Holster compatibility, which sounds silly because it's like, hey, it's 1911. We're still gonna ask,
right? It's kind of though.
Sure.
It's like kind of is a 1911, kind of not.
Yeah. And so I asked, what's the compatibility? Is it a standard 1911 holster? Will that work with this model? They said yes, that's correct, and that's it. So there you go. Yes, basically, I think you're not going to have a hard time finding a holster.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Yeah.
I asked, because, you know, I kind of wanted to have their opinion on it. Who is the ideal customer that fits the bill for this pistol? They said, really anyone who is looking for a solid frame construction, but loves the traditional top end. Range, competition, carry, this model covers it all.
I think way more carry.
You think?
Personally, yeah. I think it's way better carry gun than a...
I think there could be an argument made for, like, if you wanted to buy, which we'll get into the price at the end, guys, a higher end pistol with maybe not a full customized pistol, right? Semi-custom, semi-hand fit. Yeah. That I think really you could do all those things.
Yeah.
We could run some competition.
Kind of this midi zone of like, hey, it's not your full-blown $5,000, you know, full hand-built thing. Correct. It's not a $1,000 budget thing. It's like in this mid-hybrid territory, which is an interesting territory because there's not a lot of guns that are there. Sure. Yeah. And again, directly from them, that's what they're trying to fill is like, this could be if you wanted to have a one gun to do everything well. Okay. Okay. I'm okay with that. Is there going to be a railed model? They said at this time, no, but there is room to expand the line. Okay. Which I would like to see, personally. You know, especially if it's going to be that do everything. I would say, hey, part of that do everything could be home defense. On my home defense gun, I would love to have a light. So I would, you know, my 2 cents. Yeah, I'd love to see them do a railed model.
I'm trying to swipe with my nose.
Yeah, use your nose. Like
it's not working. Oh wait, there we go. There we go.
Like a Eskimo.
There. Hey. Inuit is the politically correct term.
Is it?
Yes. Or First Nations. Yeah.
Never heard any of these terms.
Look, you're from Ireland, okay? Relax.
Yeah, I don't know any
of
this.
My last question, still the same customization as all the other guns. We kind of covered it. Yes, there is. So they're maybe not going to make some of the models that you guys would like specifically right out the gate as far as that, but you can add that as an option.
Okay.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Price on this as we're wrapping it up, and then we're going to get into our final thoughts, is $3,095.
Okay.
Okay. My final thoughts were this, and this is not a negative or a bash or anything of that sort, but I had called you after my first range trip, and I was like, man, like, I don't know, like, maybe it's just me not being like the biggest 1911 guy, but like the gun shoots, it's accurate, it shoots well, but it's not like mind-blowing. My caveat to that, though, is this. I then went back the second, third, fourth range trip and ran a heavy mixture of supersonic ammo and subsonic ammo.
Which is largely what they sent, right?
They sent only subs.
Yeah, which tells you something.
Okay, which tells me a little something, and some people might, let me finish my whole thought on this, right? After shooting it sub, that gun shines with subsonic ammo. And some people are gonna be like, well, it should be able to shoot everything well. However, most people carry heavier grain ammo for concealed carry, correct?
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be as peppy as like 115 range ammo.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most people that shoot competitions usually shoot
heavier. Yeah.
Heavier and lower powered ammo.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? And your 147 grain like speared gold dots, which would run great in that, are gonna shoot super soft and do a very good job at what they're meant for. So coming back kind of full circle, it shoots subs real well. Supers, it shoots, it's nothing super impressive.
Yeah, I think it's a little snappy compared to what I would expect.
Sure. The frame size is going to play a little role in that too, because the frame is slightly a little bit small for my hands, maybe not yours.
Well, and it's aluminum too, so it's a lightweight frame.
Exactly. So all of this is kind of painting the picture like the gun shoots well, it's accurate, it's nice to shoot. Is it the nicest gun to shoot? Well, no, but it is very nice to shoot from a quality company that's reputable. And again, under super or subsonic ammo, I really think this gun shines.
Yeah.
And if you want, again, my argument, one gun to do everything, and you run a lot of subsonic ammo anyways, competition, carry, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, this would be the gun for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say, you know, we shot it today back to back with my Protector, my 5-inch Wilson gun. Now, that's not an apples to apples comparison, 5-inch gun, railed, right? So it is a different thing. But the 5-inch, Protector definitely shoots nicer, in my opinion. Feels like there's a little bit more refinement that is behind that. It's also in the ballpark of an extra $1,000 to, I don't know, $1,400 somewhere in there, probably mid fours.
Okay.
So it is in a different price category, but it is overall. I would rather have that gun, but again, we're talking now price, and this being more of a purpose-driven. I see it being a really interesting carry gun because of how thin it is, right? Because the thing that you lose, right, when you, right, I mean, you guys can see in the
the width is 1.55.
Yeah, but the width, right, being very thin, well, that's part of the appeal, right? Because if you're carrying a 2011 or whatever double stack gun, it's like, hey, the width is going to start to add up. So the benefit of this being very thin but still having double stack capacity, right, 15+1, you go, hey, look, that is interesting. And I think that the one-piece grip thing, I actually really like that. I would say probably that it does a lot of things very, very well. In my opinion, the thing it probably does the least good is, run just standard like 115 range ammo.
Just felt a little snappy.
Yeah, it's a little snappy. It doesn't return to zero as well as some of the other higher 1911s. But, I think it's trade-offs. I think you're actually dealing with something that's somewhat niche. Sure-ish.
Sure.
Not niche, but niche-ish.
I mean, they even said like something that does everything pretty good.
Yeah, so I'll give them that. What, I give them that.
Yeah.
I'm in this kind of territory with this, like, I almost don't quite know what to think.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the best thing I've seen put out by them. It's certainly not well, I don't think they put out anything bad.
I don't think they put anything bad,
But you know what I mean? It's like, it's this, like, overall, it gets a passing grade for me, is what I would say. It's not my favorite, but it gets a passing grade.
Cool. So wrapping it up here, some of the guys at the range that I had shoot it kind of have our same sentiments with it, which, you know, is what it is. But our last little thing, guys, is another channel sponsor, FLP, Firearms Legal Protection. They are concealed carry insurance. If you carry a gun every day, you should probably have insurance to defend yourself if, heaven forbid, anything were to go wrong. And they cover everything. As long as it's a legally owned weapon and a legally justified self-defense scenario, you're covered.
Yep.
So, dude breaks into your house, all you got is a rolling pin. Is it covered?
A what?
A rolling pin.
What the fuck is that?
You know when you got to flatten out dough?
Oh, I never flattened dough.
Well, you should educate
I've seen people
yourself.
do it in like, what's that movie with the mouse?
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille, like
Yeah.
he does that shit.
Yeah, a rolling pin. But say someone breaks in and I'm flattening some dough and I got to go to work. They're
Okay.
going to cover it.
Okay.
I legally own it, legally justified self-defense scenario.
Right on.
Right?
And they got a few different tiers.
They do,
There's
yeah.
the basic one.
Yep, basic, then the mid-tier.
Yeah, which covers all 50 states.
Yep,
And,
and
like a bunch of other cool shit.
Incident cleanup, which is cool.
Yeah.
You make a mess in your house, they'll clean it up.
Someone got to pay that dude.
So. And then I have the highest tier because they also cover your spouse. If your spouse carries or, heaven forbid, someone breaks in, you're not home, she has to defend your house,
Yeah, she
they
just
cover her also.
beats them to death with
Yeah,
her hands.
it's not like she's running away, right?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, only Chris can make that joke. So anyway, there's code 1911. It saves you a bunch of money on their service. That actually really knocks it down to like definitely
third the cost.
Yeah, like to, you know, definitely the best rate you're going to find on something like this. So anyway, check that out. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. But that's that.
Appreciate you guys.